Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping straight into the microscopic origins of something that's frankly pretty terrifying, one of the most dangerous, yet totally hidden failures in modern solar systems. We're talking about the DC arc fault. Look, if you work with solar panels, or even if you just have a few sitting up on your roof right now, understanding the hidden danger of loose MC4 connectors is absolutely critical. So let's just dive right in.
I want to start with this thought right here. This is not just a bad connection. This is how fires start. We aren't just talking about a slight drop in your array's electrical efficiency or some annoying little glitch that drops your power output. No, we're talking about the literal genesis of a catastrophic, real-world fire. A loose MC4 connector isn't just a passive issue. It's an active, dangerous threat waiting to happen.
So it naturally begs the big question, right? What actually happens when an MC4 connector becomes loose? Well, to figure that out, we kind of have to zoom way in. We need to transition from the macro view of those big, shiny solar panels on your roof, all the way down into the atomic level physics of a failing electrical connection.
Okay, part 1, the hidden solar danger, and moving past surface level observations. That brings us to part 2, the physics of a failure, or the mathematical trigger.
All right, so to really understand the danger here, we've got to look at the math behind what happens when a perfectly normal MC4 connector gets even slightly loose. First up, we have Ohm's law, which basically shows us that voltage drop increases directly with resistance. Makes sense. But the real kicker here is power dissipation. Power, which in this specific case is power lost as heat, equals the current squared times the resistance. Did you catch that? The absolutely crucial point is that heat generation scales with the square of the current. So when your solar string is pushing several amps continuously under the hot midday sun, any little bit of resistance creates a massive, massive multiplication of heat.
And listen, we aren't talking about huge, glaringly obvious breaks in the wire here. We are talking about milliohms. Literally just a tiny microscopic increase in resistance, a few measly milliohms, is all it takes. Because of that squared current formula we just talked about, this practically invisible resistance generates incredible, dangerous heat when it's pushing those amps continuously.
Next up, part 3, entering thermal runaway, basically the point of no return.
So when that pore contact causes localized heating, it triggers this truly catastrophic snowball effect. First, as we covered, you get that increased resistance. This sparks localized heating. But right here is where the physics truly turn against us. The material starts to expand. As the metal inside that connector heats up, it naturally expands, and that expansion actually reduces the contact pressure between the metal parts. What does that mean? It means even more resistance, which drives temperatures exponentially higher. This inevitably leads to the insulation breaking down, and finally, the creation of an ionized air gap. It's crazy because this runaway heat just degrades the insulation until the gap between the conductors literally becomes ionized. Inside that durable little plastic shell, temperatures can spike to thousands of degrees in just a matter of seconds, actively destroying the protective materials around it. It's setting the absolute perfect stage for the electrical current to just jump the gap. The air itself has actually become conductive.
Which leads us to part 4, the unstoppable DC arc, the climax of the failure.
So now we've reached a self-sustaining plasma channel, which is a pretty terrifying peak. But why is this so specifically dangerous in solar? Well, think about standard AC current. The wave naturally passes through zero voltage, right? And because of this, AC arcs will often self-extinct. The fire kind of puts itself out. But DC current, which is exactly what your solar panels are producing out there, is continuous. There's no zero crossing at all. Once an arc forms in a DC system, it sustains itself indefinitely. It literally will not stop.
And that leads us to this really stark reality. DC arcs are silent, persistent, and highly destructive hidden hazards. You have to remember, all of this, the thousands of degrees, the self-sustaining plasma, all of it is happening inside the MC4 connector housing. So it is completely invisible to the naked eye. It will easily melt, ignite, or just totally carbonize the surrounding plastic before you ever hear or see a single thing wrong.
Moving on to part 5, what causes the disconnect? Zooming out to human error.
Okay, so what installation habits or environmental factors are actually triggering this micro-resistance in the first place? Well, it usually comes down to a few really common culprits. Improper MC4 crimping, like using the wrong tool or bad technique, or partially inserted connectors where you don't hear that vital click.
Mixing incompatible MC4 brands, guys, this is a huge one. The tolerances vary wildly between manufacturers. Then you've got thermal cycling, where the natural heating and cooling from day to night just slowly loosens connections over time. High current strings pushing the system's limits. And, of course, those undetected hotspots hidden inside the connectors. Basically, these are the human errors and physical realities that introduce the exact milliohms of resistance we've been talking about.
Finally, part 6, prevention and early detection. Let's look at some actionable safety takeaways.
So we've seen the worst-case scenario, the catastrophic failure. But the good news is we can absolutely stop it before it starts. Always, always use the correct MC4 crimping tool. Never, ever just use standard pliers, okay? Ensure your connectors click fully into place. You have to hear the click. Never mix connector brands unless they are explicitly certified as compatible. Perform periodic inspections, especially on those high-current arrays. And crucially, use a thermal camera for early hotspot detection. Using the correct specialized tools and ensuring absolute cross-brand compatibility, those are simply non-negotiable for system safety.
And keep this in mind. By the time you see physical damage, the system has already been operating in a dangerous state. A simple visual observation of your solar array is almost never enough. Look, by the time the plastic is melted or charred on the outside, the thermal runaway has already occurred. Early detection, especially using thermal imaging, is absolutely crucial to catch that tiny bit of resistance before it turns into literal plasma.
Which leaves us with one final, pretty critical question for you to consider today. Have you checked your MC4 connectors under load with a thermal camera lately? I really urge you to take the physics we explored today and proactively apply them. Honestly, a simple check can stop thermal runaway right in its tracks and keep your systems entirely safe. Let's not let a microscopic failure turn into a massive disaster. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, stay safe out there.